The colony world was always busy, ships came and went. Workers hurried through the streets. Machines roared in the background, but one human walked slowly. His body was tired, his mind was heavy. He wanted to escape the noise for a while. He wanted something different. His name was Daniel. He was not a soldier, not a hero, just an ordinary worker who had spent weeks repairing machines in the deep mines of the planet. His muscles ached, his head throbbed, and even breathing felt like effort. His friends told him about a place hidden between the metal towers, a place where pain melted away, a place run by aliens who knew the art of healing touch. At first, Daniel thought it was a joke. Humans usually avoided such alien parlors. They said it was strange, risky, maybe even dangerous. But tonight he did not care. His body screamed for rest, his heart wanted silence. So he followed the narrow alleys until he found a dim sign, glowing faint blue. The letters shifted between alien symbols and human script. Massage therapy. All welcome. Daniel pushed the door. A small bell rang. The air inside was warm, filled with a scent like flowers mixed with something sharper, something that made his chest feel tight. The room was soft with dim lights. Alien patterns moved slowly on the walls like water waves. It felt safe yet strange, like stepping into another world. Then she appeared, the alien Masseuse, tall and slender. Her skin shined faintly silver under the light, her eyes large and glowing with a soft golden hue. She moved with grace, but Daniel noticed something odd. Her hands trembled slightly, her breathing uneven, as if she was fighting something deep inside. "Welcome, human," she said softly, her voice smooth but tense. "You look tired. You need rest." Daniel nodded, too weary to question. He followed her to a room with a soft table. The air here was warmer, thicker, carrying that strange scent stronger than before. He lay down slowly, closing his eyes, but his mind stayed alert. Something about her made him uneasy. She touched his shoulders, her fingers warm, almost too warm. At first the pressure was gentle, careful. His muscles relaxed, but then her grip tightened, almost desperate, as if she was holding back more strength than she wanted to use. Daniel opened his eyes slightly. Her face was close, her golden eyes brighter than before. Her lips pressed tightly as if she was holding in words she could not say. "You should not be here," she whispered, so soft that he almost thought he imagined it. "Not tonight," Daniel frowned, his voice low. "Why not tonight?" She froze, her hand still on his back, her body trembling more. "Because I cannot control myself," she breathed. Almost like a confession, Daniel's heart beat faster. He thought about standing up, about leaving, but something in her voice kept him still. Fear mixed with curiosity. He wanted to know what she meant. He wanted to understand. Her fingers pressed deeper into his skin. Heat pulsed through every touch. Not painful, but strange. Powerful. Like energy crawling into his muscles, Daniel shivered. She pulled back suddenly. As if realizing what she had done, her chest rose and fell quickly. Her golden eyes flickered with inner fire. "I should not touch humans," she said again, this time louder, almost pleading. "Not when my season is burning inside me." Daniel did not understand. But the way she looked at him, the way her voice cracked, made him feel that something dangerous was near. The room grew quiet. The walls seemed to pulse with the same rhythm as his racing heart. Daniel swallowed hard. Part of him wanted to run. Part of him wanted to stay and see what secret she carried. Her hands lifted again, shaking, but instead of pulling away, she placed them firmly on his shoulders. "I promise I will not harm you," she whispered, though her voice sounded uncertain. "I will try to resist." Daniel did not move. He felt trapped between fear and strange comfort. Her grip tightened again, stronger than any human could manage. Her breath hot against his neck. Daniel tensed, every sense sharp. He realized this was not just a massage, this was something else. Something hidden, something dangerous. Then her eyes met his, glowing brighter, glowing like fire in the dark. And for the first time, Daniel saw the truth. She was not only a healer, not only a worker in a quiet parlor, she was fighting herself, fighting an instinct she could no longer control. The air pressed heavy between them, silence stretched, and then her voice broke it soft, trembling, but full of warning. "If I continue, I will not stop." Daniel's heart thundered in his chest. He did not answer. He could not. Because at that moment, her fingers dug into his skin like she was holding on for her life, and her golden eyes blazed as if they were about to consume him. And just like that, the calm parlor became a cage of heat and suspense. The story had only begun. Daniel lay frozen on the soft table, his body tense under her burning grip. The air in the room felt heavy. thick with a strange scent. His heart raced faster with every second. He wanted to ask questions, but his throat was dry. He only whispered, "What do you mean?" The alien masseuse closed her glowing eyes for a moment, as if trying to control something inside. When she opened them again, the golden light was brighter, fiercer. Her voice shook as she spoke. "My kind has a season of fire. It comes once in many cycles. When it comes, we cannot control our touch. Our instincts rise like a storm. We are told to stay away from humans during this time." Daniel blinked, his mind racing. A season of fire. He had never heard of this before. He thought he understood aliens after years on the colony. But this was new. This was dangerous. She stepped back suddenly, pulling her hands away, clutching them against her chest as if afraid of her own strength. "I should have refused you," she said, her voice heavy with regret. "I should not have let you through the door." Daniel pushed himself up slowly, his muscles still tingling with the strange warmth she left behind. "Then why did you let me in?" he asked carefully, not angry, not yet. More curious than afraid, her lips trembled, her silver skin flushed with faint color. She looked away. "Because I needed to," she whispered. "I thought I could control it. I thought I was strong enough. But your kind, your scent, your presence, it stirs the fire too quickly." The words struck Daniel like a hidden blade. He had heard rumors about alien instincts, stories told in bars by drunken miners, whispers about humans affecting certain species in strange ways. He always thought they were jokes, myths to scare newcomers, but now he saw it was real. She moved closer again, slowly, like a predator circling prey, but also like someone afraid of breaking glass. "Do you feel it?" she asked suddenly, her voice sharp. "The heat in your muscles, the pulse in your chest." Daniel swallowed hard. And yes, he did feel it. His skin buzzed with strange energy. His chest thumped faster than normal. It was not fear alone, it was something else, something he did not understand. Her hands hovered above him, trembling, fighting to resist. "This is why they forbid us," she said. "This is why no human must be touched during our fire season. It does not just affect me. It affects you too. Your body responds, your mind responds, the bond begins without permission." Daniel's breath caught. Bond? The word echoed in his mind. What bond? What was she talking about? He wanted to ask, but the golden fire in her eyes held him still. She lowered her head, her voice dropping into a whisper. "If I continue, the bond will grow, and once it grows, it cannot be undone." Daniel's thoughts spun. He wanted to laugh it off, call it nonsense, but the way his body felt betrayed him. He could not deny the heat rising in his blood, the strange connection he felt when she touched him. It was too real, too strong. Suddenly, the wall lights flickered. Shadows twisted across the alien patterns. Daniel thought it was his mind playing tricks, but then a faint sound echoed from the hallway. Heavy footsteps, slow and deliberate. The masseuse froze, her golden eyes darting to the door. Fear replaced the fire for a moment. "No," she whispered. "Not now." Daniel looked at her confused. "Who is it?" he asked, his voice low. Before she could answer, the door slid open. Another alien stepped in, taller, broader, with skin darker and eyes glowing cold blue, his face hard, his tone sharp. "You broke the rule," he said, his gaze cutting straight through her, then shifting to Daniel. Daniel's stomach twisted. The room felt smaller, tighter, like the walls were closing in. The golden-eyed masseuse stepped in front of him, her trembling hands clenched into fists. "He does not understand," she pleaded. "He knows nothing." "Let him go." The blue-eyed alien shook his head slowly, his voice heavy like stone. "It is too late. You touched him during fire, he carries it now. The council will decide his fate." Daniel's heart pounded louder. The council, fate, the word sounded final, dangerous. He opened his mouth to protest, but nothing came out. His mind spun with too many questions. The masseuse turned to him, her face pale, her voice soft but urgent. "Do not leave me now," she said. "If they take you, they will erase you. They will strip your memory, maybe more. I will not let them." Daniel stared at her, disbelief and fear tangled inside him. Erase. Strip memory. Was that what these aliens did to humans who crossed their secret lines? The blue-eyed alien stepped closer, his shadow swallowing the room. "It is already too late. You have bonded him," he growled. "And for that, you will both answer to the council." The masseuse's golden eyes flared again, fire brighter than before. Her trembling turned into resolve. She spread her arms protectively in front of Daniel, her voice shaking but strong. "No, I will not let you take him. Daniel's world tilted. He had only come for rest, for healing. But now he was caught between forces he did not understand. An alien in heat who could not control herself. And another alien who wanted to drag them both before a mysterious council. And in that charged silence, Daniel realized one thing. His night of rest had turned into the beginning of something far larger. Something that could change not only him, but the fate of humans and aliens alike. Daniel sat frozen on the edge of the massage table. The golden-eyed alien stood in front of him like a shield, her slim body tense, her glowing eyes blazing. The taller blue-eyed alien blocked the door, his broad shoulders almost filling the frame. Silence pressed down on the room. Heavy like iron, Daniel's mind raced. He had come here only for rest, but now he was caught between two aliens arguing over rules he did not understand. His chest still burned from her touch, his skin still tingled, and deep inside he felt something new, a pull, like invisible threads tying him to her. The blue-eyed alien's voice rumbled low, his eyes cold as ice. You should have hidden yourself. You should have stayed away from humans during fire. Now you have dragged him into this, and you both will pay. Daniel's stomach clenched. Pay, what did that mean? The golden-eyed masseuse shook her head sharply, her voice trembling but full of defiance. He is innocent, he did not know. It was my mistake, my weakness, punish me if you must. But let him go. Daniel looked at her. Confusion mixing with something else, was she protecting him? Why? He had only just met her, but the way she stood, the way her voice cracked, it felt real. It felt like she cared. The blue-eyed alien sneered. You speak of innocence, but look at him. The bond has already begun, can you not feel it? Daniel's heart thudded. The bond again, always the bond. He clenched his fists, finally forcing words out. What bond? What are you talking about? The blue-eyed alien turned his gaze on him. Sharp and heavy. When one of her kind touches a human during fire season, something awakens, energy flows between you. It is not just heat, it is not just instinct. It is a link that changes both sides forever. Daniel swallowed hard. The word sank deep, a link forever. It sounded impossible, yet he could not deny the strange energy in his chest. The racing heartbeat, the way his thoughts kept circling back to her golden eyes. The golden-eyed masseuse lowered her head, shame flickering in her voice. I tried to resist. I thought I could hold it back, but when I touched him, I felt it. The fire took hold, the bond sparked, and now I cannot undo it. Daniel's mouth went dry. He wanted to deny it, say it was nonsense, but when he looked at her, he felt a spark inside, not just attraction, not just curiosity, something deeper, like their hearts were already beating in rhythm. The blue-eyed alien stepped closer, his presence dark and heavy. The council will decide, they will erase his memory. They will break what has begun, even if it destroys him. Daniel's stomach twisted. Erase his memory, destroy him. His breath grew short. This was no longer just about massage or secrets. This was about survival. The masseuse stepped forward, blocking the taller alien again, her golden eyes burning brighter. No, I will not let you take him. He has done nothing wrong. He deserves the truth before you strip him of it. Daniel's pulse hammered. Truth, yes, that was what he wanted. He was tired of shadows, tired of riddles. Then tell me, he demanded suddenly, his voice sharper than he expected. Tell me everything, no more secrets, no more warnings. What does this bond mean? What happens to me now? The masseuse's lips parted. Her hands trembling, she hesitated. Then slowly she turned back to him, her voice soft but steady. It means you are connected to me, not by choice, not by design, but by instinct. It means you will feel my emotions, my pain, my desire, and I will feel yours. It means we are no longer separate. Daniel's chest tightened. Her words pressed into him like weight. He tried to laugh, tried to brush it off, but he couldn't because deep inside he already felt it. He could feel her fear, her shame, her desperate wish to protect him. It was not his own, yet it pulsed inside him as if it was. The blue-eyed alien growled low. Do not fill his head with lies. You only make it worse. The more he knows, the more the bond grows. And soon the council will not only punish you, they will punish him too. Daniel clenched his fists, anger rising. I am standing right here. Stop talking like I am not part of this. If this bond is real, then I should decide what happens. Not your council. His voice cracked but carried strength. The masseuse's golden eyes softened for a moment. She looked at him as if seeing something she did not expect. Courage, maybe, or stubbornness. And for the first time she almost smiled. Faint but real. But the blue-eyed alien's face hardened further. His voice sharp as a blade. Then you are a fool, human. For bonds with our kind are not gifts. They are burdens, they consume, they change. Many who tried to endure lost themselves. Do you wish to be one of them? Daniel's breath shook. The words cut deep, but instead of backing down, he felt something else rise in him. Curiosity mixed with defiance. He had lived his whole life listening to warnings, following rules, working without question, but now something inside him said no. He looked at the masseuse, her golden eyes shining with fire and fear, and he made a choice. I will not run. I will not let your counsel decide for me. I want to know what this bond really means. I want the truth, all of it. The room fell silent. The blue-eyed alien glared at him with cold fury. The masseuse stared with wide eyes, trembling between fear and hope. Daniel's words hung in the air like sparks ready to ignite. And in that charged moment he realized something strange. He was no longer only afraid. He was curious, dangerously curious. And that curiosity might be the only thing keeping him alive. The air inside the small parlor felt like it could snap. Daniel stood between two alien forces, one filled with golden fire and trembling emotions, the other cold as steel with blue eyes that burned like ice. His mind screamed for answers, yet his heart told him to stay still. The blue-eyed alien took a step forward, his voice deep and sharp. Human, you do not understand what you ask. This bond is not a story. It is not some secret romance. It is dangerous, it breaks minds, it twists bodies. You cannot carry it. Daniel's jaw clenched. His fists curled, he wanted to shout back, but before he could, the golden-eyed masseuse raised her hand. Her voice quick. Stop, he has a right to know. He has a right to choose. The blue-eyed alien's gaze cut into her, cold and merciless. You are reckless, you always were, and now your recklessness has spilled into him. Do you think the council will forgive you? Do you think they will forgive him? Daniel felt his chest tighten. The word council again, it came like a shadow every time. Dark and threatening, he had never seen them, never even heard of them before tonight, yet now they held his life in their hands. The masseuse turned to him, her golden eyes glowing softer, her voice almost pleading. You must understand. The council fears this bond because it reveals too much. It connects not only two people, but two species. It opens doors they want to keep closed. Daniel's head spun. Doors, secrets, connection between species. What did that mean? He swallowed hard, his voice rough. Then what happens if they find out about me? The blue-eyed alien answered before she could, his words cold as a knife. They will erase you, strip your memory, maybe even end you. To them you are only a mistake, a risk that must be corrected. Daniel's stomach twisted. Fear slammed into him, but alongside fear was anger, raw and hot. So that's it, he spat. I make one mistake by walking into this place, and now my whole life can be taken away. Just because of rules I never knew. The masseuse stepped closer, her trembling hand hovering near his arm but not touching, her voice soft. This is why I did not want to see humans today. I wanted to protect you from this, but when you walked in, when I saw you, I could not say no, her voice cracked, and Daniel felt it deep inside, not just in his ears but in his chest. Her regret, her shame, her strange affection, it all poured into him through that invisible bond. His own anger softened, even his fear still burned. The blue-eyed alien's tone grew darker. You speak as if he matters to you, but he does not. He is human, fragile, weak. He will break before the bond even roots itself. And when he does, you will break too. Daniel straightened, his eyes narrowing. Stop calling me weak. His voice firm despite the pounding in his chest. I may not understand your rules, but I am not afraid to fight for my own life. I am not afraid to choose for myself. The blue-eyed alien tilted his head, almost curious, almost amused, but his voice stayed like stone. Then you will regret those words, for the council will not ask you what you want. They will only decide what is useful for them. And you, human, are not useful. Silence fell again, the weight of his words pressing down heavy. Daniel's breathing grew sharp, his mind spinning, but then the masseuse leaned closer, her golden eyes locking on his. There is still a way, she whispered. So soft the other alien almost did not hear. The blue-eyed alien snapped, his voice booming. Do not tell him. You will only make it worse, but the masseuse ignored him, her voice trembling but strong. If you stay near me, if you let the bond grow, it may stabilize. It may protect you from erasure, but it will also change you. Forever. Daniel's chest tightened. His heartbeat thundered. Change forever. Those words burned in his mind. Yet as terrifying as they were, part of him wanted it. Part of him wanted to see what lay beyond that door of fear. The blue-eyed alien's tone rose, sharp with warning. If you take that path, human, You will no longer belong to your kind. You will not belong to hers either. You will be something else. And the council will hunt you for it. Daniel felt the ground tilt beneath him. Choices stretched before him like paths in a dark forest. None safe, none simple. He looked at the masseuse, her glowing eyes filled with fire and sorrow, and he knew she would follow him no matter what he chose. Then the room shook. A deep vibration rattled the floor. The walls pulsed with strange light. The blue-eyed alien turned his head sharply, his voice low. "They are already coming," the masseuse gasped, her face pale. "The council guards, they tracked us. We do not have time." Daniel's heart pounded harder. His breath caught. Footsteps thundered outside, louder and louder. Shadows moved under the crack of the door. The masseuse grabbed his hand, her trembling fingers hot against his skin. "Decide now," she whispered fiercely. "Stay and fight with me, or run and be erased." Daniel's breath shook. His world spun, but before he could answer, the door burst open, light flooding in. Shadows of armored figures filled the doorway, and the council's judgment had arrived. The door burst open with a crash. The walls shook as armored figures stormed inside, their tall frames covered in silver plates that glowed faintly in the dim light. Each carried a long weapon humming with blue energy. Daniel froze, his breath caught in his chest. These were not ordinary guards, these were enforcers of the council. The golden-eyed masseuse stepped in front of him, her body trembling but her voice sharp. "No, you cannot take him. He has done nothing." Her hands glowed faintly as the fire inside her flared. Her whole body radiated heat. Daniel could almost feel it on his skin. One of the guards spoke, his tone cold and flat. "He carries the bond. That is enough. The council will decide his fate." "Step aside." Daniel's stomach twisted, his ears rang. He wanted to shout, but words tangled in his throat. The blue-eyed alien moved to stand with the guards, his voice deep. "It is too late. You should not fight them. You will only make it worse." The masseuse shook her head fiercely, her golden eyes blazing brighter. "I will not let them erase him. I will not let them end him because of my weakness." Her voice cracked with emotion. Daniel felt her fear pour into him. It was not just his own anymore, it was hers too. The bond pulled at him like fire and rope combined. The guards raised their weapons. Glowing tips pointed straight at them. Daniel's breath quickened. He could see his reflection in their cold metal helmets, small, human, fragile. He thought about running, but the masseuse held his hand tightly. Her grip burning into his skin, she whispered quickly, her voice urgent. "Daniel, listen, you must choose now. If you run, they will catch you and erase you. If you stay near me, the bond will grow stronger. It might protect you, but once you take that step, there is no turning back. You will never be the same." Daniel's chest heaved. His heart thundered, never the same, the words rang in his head. He looked at her, at the fire in her eyes, then at the guards, faceless and merciless, then at the blue-eyed alien who glared at him with cold certainty. Every path seemed dark, every choice dangerous. The guard at the front barked, "Step forward, human." "Do not resist." His voice echoed, final and sharp. Daniel's body tensed. His legs felt heavy, his throat dry, but deep inside a spark flickered, a stubborn spark. He thought about his life, endless work in the mines, days of silence, nights of exhaustion, nothing more than a cycle of survival. He had always followed rules, always obeyed orders, and what had it brought him? Only emptiness, only fatigue. Now he was faced with something unknown, something terrifying, but also something alive. He squeezed the masseuse's hand tighter, his voice low but firm. "I am not going with them. I am not letting them erase me. If this bond is real, then I will face it. With you." The masseuse's golden eyes widened, glowing brighter. Her breath caught. For a moment she looked both terrified and relieved. Daniel felt her emotions surge through the bond. Waves of heat and trembling hope. The blue-eyed alien growled, his tone sharp with anger. "Fool, you do not know what you invite. You will destroy yourself." But Daniel stood taller, his fists clenched, his voice steady despite the fear pounding in his chest. "Maybe, but at least it will be my choice, not yours. Not the council's." The guards shifted, their weapons buzzing louder. The leader spoke again, his tone sharp. "Then you defy the council. You leave us no choice." They raised their weapons as one, energy humming, the room glowing blue with deadly light. The masseuse stepped forward, her voice fierce. "Then you will have to go through me." Her whole body blazed, her silver skin glowing hot, her golden eyes like firestorms. Daniel felt the heat rise around her, the bond pulling at his own chest. filling him with the same fire. The blue-eyed alien snarled, "You cannot fight them all." But his voice held a trace of doubt, as if he could see the bond strengthening already. Daniel's heart pounded harder. His mind raced. He was terrified, but he was not alone. He could feel her determination inside him. Like it was his own, he took a deep breath, his voice sharp. "Then we fight." The guards moved forward. Weapons raised, light flashing. The room trembling with the hum of energy. Daniel braced himself. The masseuse spread her hands wide, golden flames flickering between her fingers. The bond pulsed like a drumbeat inside them both. And just as the first guard lunged, Daniel felt something strange. A surge of energy rising from deep inside him. Not his own, not entirely, but not hers alone either. It was theirs, shared through the bond, alive and unstoppable. The parlor exploded with heat and light. The room blazed with fire and light. Golden heat clashed with cold blue energy. The guards swung their weapons, arcs of crackling power slicing through the air. Daniel felt the bond surge in his chest. Not like a heartbeat anymore, but like a second life pumping through his veins. The masseuse moved first, her hands glowing like suns. She struck the ground and a wave of heat rolled across the floor. The guards staggered back, their armor hissing as the flames licked at the silver plates. Daniel stumbled but stayed on his feet. The fire did not burn him. Instead, it wrapped around him like a shield. He gasped, his eyes wide. "What is happening to me?" His voice raw. But he already knew the answer deep inside. The bond was no longer just a whisper. It was alive. The masseuse turned to him quickly, her golden eyes fierce. "The bond is feeding you. It is giving you my strength, my fire. We are connected now. More than before." Daniel's breath shook. His skin buzzed with heat. He felt her energy pouring into him. But it was not one way. He realized he was pushing back too. His fear, his anger, his determination all flowed into her. He could see her expression shift as she felt it. Her trembling steadied. Her fire burned brighter. The guards recovered. Their leader shouted, "Do not let the bond root. End it now." They rushed forward in unison. Weapons raised, blue light flaring like lightning. Daniel's instincts screamed at him to run, but the bond pulled him forward. He lifted his arm without thinking, and fire leapt from his hand, golden and wild. Striking one guard square in the chest, the armor sparked. The figure was thrown back into the wall. Daniel staggered in shock, his voice broken. I did that." The masseuse's eyes widened, both fear and awe shining in them. "Yes, it is starting. Your body is opening to it. But you must be careful. Too much and it will consume you." Daniel's chest heaved. He looked at his hand, trembling with power that was not his own. Yet it felt right, it felt natural. The guards pressed forward again, striking with cold precision. One weapon sliced the air near Daniel's head. The blue energy burned through the wall. Missing him by inches, Daniel's heart thundered. He ducked and swung his arm again. This time fire burst forward in a wave. Not clean, not controlled, but enough to push the guards back. The masseuse pulled him close. Her voice sharp. "Do not fight with fear. Fight with focus. The bond listens to your emotions. It will answer what you feel." Daniel closed his eyes for a moment. His mind racing, he thought about fear, about anger, about the life he left behind. But then he thought about survival, about strength, about the fire in her eyes. And suddenly the heat in his chest steadied. No longer wild, no longer chaotic. When he opened his eyes, the fire at his fingertips glowed steady, strong. The guards hesitated, their leader barked again. "It is too late, the bond is stabilizing. If it completes, he will never be human again." Daniel's blood chilled at the words. Never human again, yet even as fear stabbed at him, another feeling rose stronger. A strange calm, a strange certainty. He looked at the masseuse, her golden eyes locked on his, and he felt her emotions crash into him like a tide. Her desperation, her guilt, her hope, all mixing with his own. And for a moment he could not tell which feelings were his and which were hers. The blue-eyed alien stood to the side, his face hard but his voice low, almost uncertain. "This is madness. No human has ever held the bond this far. He should already be broken." Daniel turned toward him, fire swirling faintly in his hands, his voice steady. "Maybe that is because no one ever let us try." The masseuse squeezed his hand, her body trembling but her fire burning steady. "Daniel, if you keep going, the bond will complete. You will never go back, but you will live. You will be part of me." Daniel's breath shook. Never go back, part of her. The words echoed in his head. His old life seemed far away now. The mines, the noise, the emptiness. Compared to this moment, it all felt like shadows. The guards raised their weapons again, their leader's voice sharp. Then we end you both before the bond finishes. They rushed forward. Light flashing, Daniel and the masseuse moved as one, her golden fire and his new strength weaving together, blasts of heat colliding with streaks of blue. The room thundered with light. Walls cracked, the floor shook. Through the chaos, Daniel realized something strange. He could feel their movements before they happened, not just hers, but the guards too. Faint ripples in the bond stretched outward, touching the air, the space, the threats. It was like seeing the fight before it happened. He swung his arm, blocking a strike without looking. His fire clashed with blue energy and held. His chest burned but did not break. The masseuse gasped as she felt it too. You are reading them. The bond is showing you the flow. Daniel gritted his teeth, sweat dripping down his face. Then let's use it. The guards faltered as their every move was countered. Their leader's voice rose, sharp with desperation. Enough, retreat. We cannot face a completed bond. They pulled back slowly, weapons buzzing low, shadows fading into the hall. Daniel fell to his knees, his chest heaving. The fire in his veins flickering but still burning. The masseuse knelt beside him, her hand gripping his shoulder, her voice soft but trembling. It has begun, Daniel. The bond is no longer weak, it is real, it is alive. And the council will never forgive this. Daniel lifted his head, his eyes glowing faintly now, golden light flickering in them, his voice low but steady. Then let them come. The fire still burned in Daniel's chest. Golden light flickered in his eyes. The parlor was wrecked, walls cracked, smoke rising, and the guards had retreated into the shadows. But silence did not mean safety. Silence only meant the storm was gathering. The masseuse knelt beside him, her trembling hand resting on his arm, her golden eyes full of fear and wonder. It has happened, she whispered. The bond is real, complete enough that even the council cannot deny it. You are no longer only human. You are part of me now. Daniel's breath shook, his body heavy. Yet he felt alive in a way he never had before. He could feel her heartbeat echo inside him. He could sense her fear as if it were his own. He could even feel the faint trace of the guards beyond the walls, cold and angry, waiting. The blue-eyed alien stepped forward slowly, his face hard but his voice softer than before. Do you understand what you have done, human? You are no longer one of your kind. You are no longer one of ours. You are something else, and the council will not allow it. Daniel lifted his head, his voice steady despite the fire still raging inside. I did not ask for this, but I will not let you erase me. I will not let you erase her either. His words cut through the smoke. Firm and sharp, the masseuse's golden eyes glistened. Her lips parted. She had no words, only emotion, and Daniel felt it flood into him. Gratitude, sorrow, hope, all tangled together. The ground shook suddenly. A deep rumble that made the broken walls shudder. A cold light spread across the ceiling, and then voices filled the room, not from the door, not from the guards, but from everywhere. Bring them before us, the voices said as one. Deep and final, the council had arrived. Daniel's skin prickled, the air grew heavy, and then figures appeared, tall and cloaked in silver light, their faces hidden behind shifting masks. They stepped through the air itself, as if reality bent to their command. The guards knelt instantly, their weapons lowered. The masseuse stiffened, her body trembling. She bowed her head, her voice low. Counselors, she whispered. Please. One of the silver figures turned its mask toward her, its voice sharp. You broke the oldest law. You bonded with a human during fire, and now the link is complete. The mask shifted toward Daniel. And you, human, you dared to hold what was never meant for your kind. Do you know what you have done? Daniel's chest burned, but he stood, fire flickering in his veins, his voice steady. I did not choose it at first, but I chose not to run. I chose to face it. And now I will not let you take it from me. The council's voices echoed together. You are dangerous. The bond can unravel minds. It can turn mercy into madness. We have erased many before you. We will erase you too, the masseuse cried out, stepping forward, her voice breaking. No, please, he is different. He did not break. He did not collapse. He held the bond, stronger than any I have seen. You must see that. The council's masks shifted slowly, light rippling across them. One voice colder than the rest spoke. Different or not, he is still human. His kind cannot be trusted with this power. They are reckless, they are greedy. They will use it to dominate us. Daniel clenched his fists. His fire flared, but his voice was calm. No, you are wrong, I am human. And yes, we are reckless, yes, we make mistakes. But we also have something you forget. We choose mercy. We choose connection. Even when fear tells us to destroy, the room fell silent. The fire in Daniel's chest steadied. His golden glow softened but did not fade. He looked at the council, his voice strong. I could have run. I could have turned against her. I could have let you erase me. But I didn't because I saw her fear, her pain, and I chose to stay. I chose mercy. Not control. The council's light flickered. Their silence heavy. The blue-eyed alien's face tightened. He muttered low. Mercy from a human. As if the words were impossible. The masseuse's golden eyes filled with tears. She whispered softly. They cannot deny it now. They cannot deny what they feel through the bond. Daniel blinked. What do you mean? She squeezed his hand. The bond is not only between us anymore. When it stabilizes, those around us can feel echoes of it. The council feels your mercy, your choice. Even if they wish to deny it, the council's masks rippled, their voices overlapped. Softer now, uncertain. He should not exist. But the bond is clear. His will is steady. His mercy stronger than fear. Perhaps we were wrong. The guards looked up in shock. The blue-eyed alien's expression hardened further. But he said nothing. Daniel stepped forward. His fire steady, his voice calm. You fear humans because you think we will take, but sometimes we give. Sometimes we choose not to dominate, but to protect. If this bond means anything, it means we can be more than enemies. The silver light dimmed slightly. The council's figures slowly fading. Their last words heavy but changed. We will watch, we will not erase you. But know this, human, your bond will be tested if you fail. Mercy will not save you again. And with that, they vanished, leaving only smoke and silence. Daniel's legs trembled. He sank to his knees, exhausted. The masseuse caught him, her arms trembling, her voice breaking. You saved us both. Daniel looked into her glowing eyes, his own faintly golden now, his voice low. No, we saved each other. And in that moment, he understood. She could not control herself when the fire began. But in the end, neither could he, because humanity had chosen something stronger than fear, something the council never expected. They had chosen mercy.